Good Friday morning, everyone. I am Vicki Edmondson, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. If you guys watched my video last week, I talked about the Awash and Beauty DSP and made a card with it. I explained that this particular 12 by 12 piece of DSP that's in that pack, you could make 6 different cards from it. I made one last week, if you watched that video. If you didn't, go back and watch it. And that's the front side, and this is the back side of that one piece of 12 by 12 DSP. There are also others that are in that pack, and this is my this is my DSP sampler page. And these are the coordinated colors that Stampin' Up! Has said that matches with this paper, coordinates with it. But I also think Blackberry Bliss and Daffodil Delight coordinate with it, and I'll show you why when I show you these other cards. So I add those to my little sampler sheet here. This is the card that I made last week, and it's quite simple, quite easy to do. I did go ahead on the inside and add the 5 by 4 1/4, I'm sorry, 5 1/4 by 4 piece of basic white, and I used this stamp set, Nature's Print, which is new in the catalog, and I used this image here to stamp on the inside of all these cards I'm going to show you today. And I also showcased the sentiments that are within this stamp set, Go-To Greetings. I love the fonts. A lot of the same sayings, but different fonts, bigger, smaller. But this is the stamp set I'm going to use for the sentiments with these cards I'm going to show you today. Like I said, you can make 6 cards out of that one piece of 12 by 12 DSP, and I'm going to show you how. This is the one I made last week, of course, again. This one I made using Blushing Bride cardstock. Same size, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I used the Blackberry Bliss cardstock to make just a small, that's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 size. And then the Awash and Beauty is 4 by 5 1/4. And then the sentiment piece, when you cut from the middle of that DSP here, when you cut here, you're going to have some white strip left, and this is what I used, this side, to stamp in the Just a Note right on the DSP. And I used the brushed brass butterflies. I used these on several of the cards, you'll see. I love them because they're flat. They don't stick up when you're trying to mail them in postage. Don't cost any extra to mail them. This is another panel of that. Once you cut the 4-inch, you have the 3 4-inch panels. So you'll have 6. So these are the 6 cards I made. So this one, and then again I stamped with a Blushing Bride that same image. And with this one, I used the Blackberry Bliss, and I used this ribbon, which is Blackberry Bliss. It has retired, but I love it. It's nylon ribbon, and it just ties a beautiful bow. This is another panel. I used the thank you sentiment that's in that stamp set. Stamp that image in Blackberry Bliss on the inside. I used this is Daffodil Delight. That's why I think Daffodil Delight matches good with that. This is the Time Worn Type embossing folder that I used to emboss this piece. This Daffodil Delight is 5 1/4 by 4. And then this panel I cut down to be 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. I think that's right. Let me double check that, or I might have cut it a little smaller so I could have more of that border showing. Yeah, 3 1/2 by 4 3/4 is what that size is. And just made that bow with a bow jig that my husband made for me. I'm not too good with tying bows. and stamp that same image on the inside. And then for these, I use the iridescent, and I've got them somewhere, just bear with me and I will find them. I use the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels, and it picks up, they're so iridescent, they pick up sort of the color that is near them. But that makes a real pretty card there. Okay, that's 3 of them. All right, and now this one I used Balmy Blue, and I cut, used Balmy Blue on the inside, and I made this one 11 by 4 1/4 and scored at 5 1/2. Just use a simple pad panel. I put the butterflies on there again, and I stamped that tiny hello there. Cut a little bit off the bottom and a little bit off the top to make it be the size of 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and then the next one, when you do cut that center out, you're going to have a white piece again down the center. This was the back side of it. I simply turned that over and stamped the happy birthday on there in Calypso Coral, and cut a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock to coordinate with it, and Calypso Coral for that image, flower image on the inside. And for these, I use the new Glossy Dot Assortment. I love these colors. They are Gorgeous Grape, Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, and Pool Party are the colors that are here. And I used Pool Party for this particular card because this is Pool Party here. I just stamped that, cut it at an angle, put it on. These cards are so simple. And the final, number 6, this is Daffodil Delight, and stamp that image on the inside. This cardstock here is, let's see, I think that's Garden Green. Let me double check. No, Granny Apple Green. Granny Apple Green is this mat here. And then cut down this one, the panel, cut it down a little bit smaller, typed in just a note up there. And again, I used this ribbon, the Blackberry Bliss ribbon, put it around here and tied a real pretty bow. And again, the inside there. And the colors that I use for stamping these sentiments were Calypso Coral, Granny Apple Green, Blackberry Bliss, Mary Merlot, and I also used the Memento Black. And for, let's see, for this one here, I used the Banner Pick-a-Punch to flag this. But again, you can see all of these cards. Let me see if I can get them all in here so you can see them. But you can make 6 cards. I might not can do that, but let's see if I can. Move them a little bit. So see the variety you can get out of one piece of DSP, 12 by 12 DSP from this Awash and Beauty paper. It is so pretty, and you can get all kinds of ideas and arrangements of different things, and just that simple one stamp set that has so many greetings, go-to greetings. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this shows you how you can get the most out of that one piece of DSP. Again, if you didn't watch the video from last week where I made this one, please go back and watch it. I'd appreciate that. I do thank everyone again for watching my videos and subscribing. I have increased, I believe, to 92 subscribers since last week. I so appreciate each one of you who watch my videos, and I hope you can get inspiration from them for yourself. And if you do not have a demonstrator that you currently deal with in the United States, I'd be happy to accommodate you and send you catalogs. Just comment below and let me know. And until next Friday, I hope you guys have a great weekend and a great forthcoming week. Thank you again so very much for watching.